two new products today from MAC. We have our new MAC Lipglazer Glossy Liner. And from Benefit, Benefit has a new, it's very rare, but Benefit has come out with a new foundation. This is the Benefit POREfessional Smoothing and Blurring Foundation. We're going to look at these products today with me, Rebecca, on Not Fit for Print Beauty. I'm a fashion and beauty editor who's spent well over 2 decades working with some of the biggest names in fashion and beauty, and that has given me the courage and the audacity to bring Not Fit for Print Beauty, because we're not print anymore, now it's digital, Not Fit for Print Beauty, right here to YouTube, so that you have a sort of digital beauty magazine to look through every day or so. Okay, Benefit has already an existing foundation, but they have come back to one of their most famous products, the POREfessional, and the POREfessional is a primer. And they've come back to it to expand on it and make it a foundation. Now, I've already filmed this video. This is not in the middle of the wear test, but and I'll do a little spoiler. This product grows on me throughout the day. We get a 10-hour wear test. I've already filmed it, so I know how long it is. We get a 10-hour wear test in, and it does get better as the day goes by. So make sure you watch the check-in, and you'll see when I first put it on, I am skeptical, and then my appreciation of it does grow. But just FYI, if you're not a fan of the POREfessional primer, and I'm not, still give this a chance, because it really grows on me, you'll see. This comes in 40 shades, which is to be commended. It's $47. I purchased the shade 10N Ace, I believe it's called. Yes, Ace. And it's a brighter shade than normal for me, but I don't mind it. This is medium to full coverage and really buildable, hydrating. It says it's got 24-hour wear, which I do believe, because I've worn it at this point for over 10, and it ain't going nowhere. It's definitely like a serum-y foundation that is meant to smooth the pores, just like their POREfessional primer is. For me, the POREfessional primer doesn't do too much. So again, don't let that put you off this product. And I will recommend it. I've already filmed the rest of the video. I will be recommending this for a very specific set of needs, not just for any old person. So make sure that you keep watching for that. That's coming up. Now, MAC is talk about the professional consummate makeup artist brand. MAC is that. And they have introduced only 8 shades, which is for MAC a rarity. So they're trying it out, I think. This is the Lipglazer Glossy Liner. It is $25, and it is supposed to be a liner that tugs less. It's a gel cream formula. It volumizes, and it is glossy. Now, I picked up 2 shades, and well, let's talk about the glossiness of it by going outside into the warm California sunshine. I picked up the shade Marrakesh and the shade Velvet Teddy, which you'll all know, because this product comes in some new favorites and some well-known shades. So let's take a look at this, because I want to talk about whether or not this is actually a glossy liner. Here we are in the warm California sunshine. You see Marrakesh, and next to it you see Velvet Teddy, $25 each. Can you call this a particularly glossy liner? Like, look, I'm wearing a lip gloss over it now, so you'll see it better in the demos during the video. And we have timestamps down below for anyone that needs to skip ahead, so don't worry about that. What this is, I understand them advertising it as glossy. It's not really. It's just a little bit less skip or hesitation than a traditional matte liner. It's not, this is a lip gloss. And I guess I thought that it was going to be like a glossy lip pencil. It's not, but that doesn't make it a bad thing. It doesn't make it false advertising or anything like that. It's just, all it is a slightly smoother gel texture liner, if you ask me. And in Velvet Teddy, which I'm actually wearing now with a red gloss, I really like it, but it's only in 8 shades. It looks like they're maybe experimenting and checking it out a little bit. Will it ever replace a matte lip liner? I don't know, but when I experiment with it, it's been lasting really long on me. So, you know, we'll talk about it more as the demo goes on. And in fact, let's go ahead and get the wear test started by applying the POREfessional smoothing and blurring foundation. Stay with this video, because my attitude towards the foundation changes as the wear test goes on. So let's check it out right now. Okay, we got shade 10N Ace, so 10 Neutral Ace. here. Two things to be careful about. Number one, I haven't tried this yet, so we'll have to see. Sometimes I sneak a little bit, but I haven't. Literally first time I've tried it. Second thing is I certainly apologize if you see any peeling redness around my nose. I am recovering still from a cold. I'm much better. I sound kind of bad, but I'm much better. But there is some peeling around my nose, so I apologize. That is not a normal state of being for me, but the show must go on. Okay, let's take a look here and see what we think of the shade. Looks a little warm for me, doesn't it? Maybe not. No, actually, maybe it's a little cool. Okay, let's put it on one side. This is a Sonia G. Oh, maybe it's a little light. Sonia G brush. Really powerful kind of scent out the gate with this. Ooh, this is medium. It looks full coverage to me. It's pretty. It's interesting. It's not a repulsive scent at all, meaning that it's not repelling me is what I mean. And it's not a floral scent. Maybe a little bit like maybe a little bit like a rubbing alcohol / chemical. It's gone. The scent is already dissipated, but it struck me when I put it on. If I didn't mention it, I would be remiss, okay? So there's one side. Let me tell you, a little went a long way, but that's just one side of the face. It's very pretty. There's no more scent left, so that's gone, but it was strikingly strange. And I'll need to go check to see if there's alcohol. I'll check that. Because it feels a little bit like an alcohol scent. Okay, this side has I have no primer. I have no concealer, nothing. This is our Benefit POREfessional Smoothing and Blurring Foundation in 10N Ace on this side of the face. Nothing on this side. I guess it's medium. It's medium to heavy coverage, but this is very buildable. All right, let me speed it up and I'll do the other side and then we'll talk about it. Okay, we're going to start this wear test now, and I will add just a little bit of color corrector here and here in my dark pits of despair, because that's not doing the Pore foundation any favors if you have to look at that. But other than that, I won't add anything. I won't powder. I can tell you right now, you don't have to powder. It feels very self-setting. It is not sticky. It is very serum-like, meaning it feels like it's already kind of part of my skin. You know, if I were to touch it on a phone or anything, it wouldn't leave a mark. Nothing like that. I can tell it's going to wear really, really well. The strange scent, which I'll check when I go off camera. I'm not an ingredient hound. I have a lot of fantastic viewers who get really into ingredients, and like Lisa P has her own channel that is just so amazing and goes so deep into ingredients. I'll link that below. But mine, I don't really go into ingredients, but I need to know what that scent is. It almost was like if hazelnut met rubbing alcohol. I know right now you're like, oh, I'm horrified. It was weird. It wasn't repulsive, but it was weird, but it really is gone. But it was strikingly strange, the scent. It's certainly pretty, and it is a natural look. Okay, well, I want to talk about our MAC lip liner while we let this go, and then I'll come on. Actually, let's do our MAC lip liner when we do a check-in, okay? So let me do a check-in in a few hours. I'm just going to go about my business. I am going to check some ingredients on that, and then we'll come back and we'll try on a lip liner in one of our check-ins. Okay, stay right there. Hey, everybody, it's been 4 hours. I have nothing on my lips because I do want to try on these two MAC shades that we have here. But I'm glad we wait. You know, with foundation reviews, I don't know if you agree. I hope you agree. It's really important to do a wear test. Foundation is so, I mean, you know, with cheek products and stuff too, but foundation especially really changes through the day. It can oxidize, it can settle into lines, it could do this or that. And this one has really pleased me. It's really great. So we're 4 hours in, we're nowhere near, we're just at a midpoint check-in. But I really like what it's doing on the skin. It has continued. I have not powdered it. I wouldn't anyway for this review. but just wearing it on its own, I wouldn't either. When I first applied it and got off camera, put a little bit, you know, just some mascara and stuff over. At first I was like, this foundation is too heavy for me, but 4 hours in, I'm not feeling that way anymore. Again, the importance of letting it sit on your face. It is really kind of second skin. There is no more scent. I looked it up. It's got rose hip oil, which doesn't smell like roses. It can have like a nutty scent to it. I did not see any sort of alcohol or anything that stuck out as that, so that is not it. It was probably the rose hip oil. It just struck me as a strange scent. It's completely gone. Everything feels really smooth. Like my skin, I'm touching my skin because it feels smooth. Probably because there's glycerin in the product. You know, here's me not being an ingredient hound, but yeah, some of these ingredients are notable. And it's got a lot of niacinamide in it, but no scent. It's really smooth. Maybe this shade is a little light for my skin tone if you look at my neck, but it's not too bad. It's brightening. And I always say this when I do foundation reviews lately. We are now in a world where you don't have to be absolutely perfect with your foundation shade. For a while there, it had to be dead on. People were going outside and looking and making sure it completely blended with the skin. And that rule does apply, but a lot of people now go a little bit deeper if they want to look like they've had more sun, or a little bit lighter if they want to brighten up. And that's, maybe this would be like my brighter shade, which I'm okay with. Medium to full coverage, very buildable, very smooth. It is, at first I thought, is it kind of pixelating on the skin? But as it sat, it's just getting better. This is one of those that's going to get better as it goes along in the day. So that is our 4-hour check-in. We'll be back much later. All right, let's take a look at one of our two, I am shedding here, one of our two new MAC Lipglazer Glossy Liners, $25. Here is Marrakesh. And I brought over two different MAC glosses that are relatively new, but I've reviewed already because I thought that would be pretty. Let's try Marrakesh here and see what we got. So we have a less than traditional liner. Let's see here. Okay, I sped that up. Let me speed up the top as well. Okay, with this one, let's fill it in a little bit and put a clear gloss on. Okay, here we go. Really pretty, definitely glossier than, say, a typical matte lip liner, but it's not like a glossy lipstick, if that makes sense. And I'm going to put the clear over it. This is that lip gloss, that MAC lip gloss. I think it's plumping a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, it is a bit. Very pretty. With Marrakesh, very pretty. A little hard to use all over the lip. When they said this would be a creamy lip liner, I had assumed, perhaps inaccurately, I had assumed that it would be like some of those Pat McGrath lip liners, or the newer Pat McGrath lip liner that you just like, it's a bit waxier than that. A little bit smoother, and it doesn't tug like a traditional matte would be, but no, it's not as creamy as I thought it would be, nor is it as glossy as I thought it would be. It's very pretty. It is not my favorite MAC product, but the colors are sure beautiful. That's definitely true. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go off camera, and then we are going to come back in quite a few hours where we will not only take a look at how this has lasted in terms of the Benefit product, but we'll also try on one of my favorite MAC shades in this new Lipglazer Glossy Liner, Velvet Teddy. So stay here for that. Okay, it has been 10 hours. We got a really good wear test in today, and you probably saw this makeup in some other videos that I filmed during the wear test. All the evidence of Marrakesh, the lip liner, and the clear gloss are gone, but lasted and lasted. I, even because I filmed something else, had taken this off, and it didn't want to come off. I mean, the liner really is quite a nice liner in terms of the fact that it lasts, but I'm so far, I'm not super in love with the product as much as I am the shades and the durability, but I'm not as attracted to it as I've been to other lip liners, and I'm kind of a lip liner person, to be honest. Okay, but we're at 10 hours, so let's check in on our benefit. As predicted, it has continued to get better. Some foundations are like that. Now, I know what you're going to say. You're going to go, well, I'd like to look good the first 15 minutes too. It does, but it really, as the day goes on, at this point, it is, you can't even tell I'm wearing makeup, but it has covered everything. Look at this. It is blurring here. I did not think I would like this foundation. It's grown on me through the day. It is blurring here. You cannot see my pores. You cannot see POREfessional. It's supposed to blur pores. It absolutely is. As the day has gone on, I'm not, usually I'll see a little bit here or here. It really is blurring. It is quite pretty. When I first put it on, I was like, I don't know about this. Weird smell. I don't know. Too thick. And no. As the day has gone on and I'm living in it, this could be a perfect everyday foundation. Not too heavy, not too light, just kind of that perfect medium coverage. If you have, I don't have oily skin, but if you do and you get pores and stuff, or if you have a little bit of texture here or there, I think this will be your best friend. This is a great everyday all-purpose foundation. It's a good one, guys. I really like it. I'm giving it a thumbs up. But we have to talk about who this is for. This is for somebody who worries about pores or texture showing. This is about maybe for someone who has a bit of an oilier complexion because it really sets itself down nicely. Can you powder it? Sure. But, you know, I just want you to know that's kind of who it's for. If you really prefer this kind of medium to fuller coverage foundation, this is going to be your best friend. It's a very good product from Benefit, and I like it so much better. Hear me out. I'm not a huge fan of their POREfessional primer. I never thought it did anything for me. So if you're in that category, this is something much better. Okay, again, didn't like the POREfessional primer, but I do like this. Okay, so we all know MAC Velvet Teddy, right? I mean, if you've been with MAC for any time, let's see how Velvet Teddy goes. I'll speed it up. Oh, this is nice. If you're a Velvet Teddy fan in the shade, this is nice. It's smoother. I've already proven the longevity with Marrakesh to myself. You have to take my word for it. But and Velvet Teddy is from MAC is such a pretty kind of neutral, maybe a slightly warm neutral. So it depends on your skin tone, I suppose. And I'm going to pair it here with a red. Why would I do that? Because this is their lip glass. Because it's a neutral. And neutrals can do anything, really. So let's see. I didn't fill in. With the Marrakesh, I filled in. With this, I have just lined. Lipglass is a nice product for MAC. And I grabbed this red, but I really wanted to show you how a neutral lip liner could really go with anything. And I think this really does. It's really pretty. My thoughts, you know my thoughts on the Benefit, but my wrap-up thoughts on the MAC is get it in a shade you love. You know, in the Marrakesh, I was like, I got other liners I'll use other than this one. But they have so many of the repeat shades, the favorite shades in this gel cream formula. And I'm really impressed with it. Like Velvet Teddy, this is the formula I would choose. So it's going to really shine for you if you're a MAC fan and you know the shades that you know, then it's going to stand out. So I'm just like, oh yeah, in Velvet Teddy, this is the one I want. This is the formula I want, if that makes sense. And there's so many others. They have that great red shade and all of that. And then I would go with this formula. I do prefer this formula. And you know, there's a lot to be said for it. Like I said, oh, it was supposed to be so smooth, but it's not. Yeah, it's got a little bit of that waxy hesitation, a tad bit, which you kind of need. It's going to stop this gloss, for instance, and, you know, bleeding up and such, right? So that is a bit important. So yeah, I mean, you know, I'm going to give it that. Velvet Teddy has definitely converted me, and this is going to be a winner for a specific set of people. And you got to remember that. I don't want someone coming to me going, I usually wear like a dewy skin tint and I hated this. Well, you will. You understand? Please know who I'm recommending this for. Okay, let's be very clear. If you like Velvet Teddy or some of their other shades in one formula, I think you'll prefer it in this one. It's really nice. Glossy it isn't, but it really isn't. This is glossy. That's a lip gloss. But this, but it's nice. You know, it doesn't drag quite as much, really. Pretty stuff. All right, ask me any questions below. You need some comparisons with these lip liners with another type of lip liner. I do that over on Instagram. You can ask me here or ask me over there. And while you're at it, give me a follow over on Instagram and TikTok. Come join us here on YouTube. We have a membership and we have weekly lives. We'd love to see you there. Make sure to check out down below for all of these products in the description bar, and wherever I can, I stick them up here in YouTube shopping so that you can shop as you or peruse as you watch. Let me know any questions you have. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.